Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. This is Rob. You guys, today I'm going to introduce you to the Mythic Tarot. I saw this deck online, I saw a couple of reviews of it, and I thought, that looks like a pretty cool deck, right? That looks like a pretty good addition to my collection. It is, however, on the sort of expensive side. I would say that it costed more than what I wanted to spend, actually. It is very much available. You can find it. I personally got mine on Amazon. In my area, I was able to get it by Amazon. And like I said, I looked at a couple of videos on YouTube and I thought, what a cool deck. And I saw a couple of people working with it. And so I thought, let's give it a try. And so I've had this deck for about 2 days. I've had a little bit of time to work with it. I've gone over the cards. And so I now know how I feel about this deck. I am going to tell you in this video if this deck and I are going to go on a second date or not. So you guys, it comes in a hard box like this, and the hard box is pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty okay. This deck, by the way, is by amnd Express. The box breaks into two like this, of course, so it cuts in two pieces. And this is the inside of the box, and this is the booklet that it comes with. You guys, I cannot tell you who the creator of this deck is exactly. It is by amnd, but I don't know exactly who the artist is or any of that information. And this is the deck. This is what these cards look from the back, and they are reversible. So if you are looking for reversed meanings, this is a good deck for that. The size of the card is pretty regular size. The size of the card is pretty comparable to the regular. This is the borderless edition Rider Waite, and it's just a little bit thinner, but it's exactly the same height. So that gives you sort of an idea of how big this deck is. It's just a little bit thinner, and this is the paper quality. And so I'm having a huge problem with the paper. So the CardStock quality is really not of my liking. It feels really not lush. It feels really on the cheap side. It doesn't feel good on my fingers. Yeah, this doesn't really work. It's sort of thin. And so already the cardstock is not doing it for me. When it comes to shuffling this deck shuffles pretty well. They slide pretty well. If you want to do a spread with this deck, it also works really well. And so like I said, I've had 48 hours with this deck, and I can already tell you how I feel about this deck. And this is the Fool, you guys. Let me show you what these images look like. So the images, when I first saw them, I thought were kind of cool. Like I said, I saw other videos and I've seen the cards around, and so I thought these drawings are really cool. The Fool, there's just a couple of things about these drawings or about these cards that just completely throw me off. That's the Magician or the Warlock. This is the High Priestess or the Fortune Teller. This sort of motif that they're doing, first of all, they are framed. And I think that having a frame on these cards is already a big problem because there is so much to look at and the card is rather small. So for that is already kind of like, it's confusing when I look at it. I wish they would have done a borderless card. It would have been so much better. The printing on this deck really is not to my satisfaction as well. I feel like the colors are faded. This is the Empress Kali. I feel that they tried to do some sort of an old looking thing here, and it just leaked onto the drawing itself, and it just doesn't let the drawing come out and show itself as beautiful as it is, if you catch my drift. So I think that for those things, it's already a big problem. On top of the cardstock, it's also a problem for me. But, you know, when it comes to the drawings themselves, this is the Lovers. What an interesting Lovers card, right? It's like love-hate, sort of the same thing, but even with a little bit of a ecstasy sort of scenario there. And this is the Chariot. Once again, you guys, the drawings are pretty cool, you know, and I can relate to them, but it's just this whole thing that they did with the card is not working for me. This is the Hermit. It makes them look darker. It makes them look like they're old, and maybe that was their intention, but it's like that old without really being old. It's like trying to make something look old that is new, which automatically makes it a little bit unusual and a bit uncomfortable, if I may add. So this is the strength, but the pictures are really cool. I seem to be relating to the pictures, and and you know, when I look at these pictures, I think, wow, these are really, really nice. These are really cool. I totally get into the pictures. I just feel like they're being completely shadowed by this sort of old motif that they put on that paper. But look at this death card, you guys. And of course, it has the number here. It has the name of the card, number 40, Temperance. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. If you look really clear at the pictures, you can really see so much going on. And they're magical. These pictures are really magical. They're really, really great to look at. Look at the tower. It's just the gargoyle looking down. It looks like it's getting stormy in the background. The star is the tooth fairy. The moon. What a moon card. That is really, really cool. It's like, watch out. The sun, of course, the phoenix, rising from the ashes, right? And you guys, I don't know if I'm going to be able to work with this deck. You know, I've never been one to cut corners on these decks, or I've always been bragging about how I'm going to leave my decks exactly how they came, right? This is the Ace of Swords, by the way. That's a really, really cool. But this time, I wish I could just cut these corners here, because they really interrupt my card so much. Because I'm so fond of the drawings, but I am not really getting into them. Three of Swords is the alien. I don't know what the alien has to do with the Three of Swords, and this is the Four of Swords. The Five of Swords, cute. Six of Swords, harpy. And as I was reading the back of this, it says that in this deck, each card, whether major or minor arcana, has a mythical creature associated with it. And we hope this will add an extra element to consider in your readings. Seven of Swords, cannibal. Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords. The Page of Swords. Oh, I like it. He has no head. It's already been decapitated. The Knight of Swords. Well, he's really on fire. It's the Queen of Swords. Oh, I find her funny looking. She is really funny looking, you guys. The King of Swords is the Viking. The Ace of Wands, the Salamander. What do you think about this deck, you guys? Do you have this deck? Look at this, guys. They only have one eye. This is the Two of Wands. Cyclors. The Three of Wands. And you know, this deck is giving me vibes of definitely somewhere I've never been, right? This is one of those decks that I can say that is transporting me to another world. This is the Four of Wands. This is the Five of Wands. I guess I'm being transported. The Six of Wands looks like the Stoneman, right? I mean, at least to me. Seven of Wands, the Mummy. The Eight of Wands, Hydra, full of dragons. Nine of Wands is Pumpkinhead. 10 of Wands is the dragon. Page of Wands is Knight of Wands. You guys, I think it's this sort of thing that they did here that is really bothering me, and it's not allowing me to really see these cards for what they are. It's really so amazing that when something throws me off, that I get completely thrown off and I'm not able to concentrate on the rest of what I'm supposed to be seeing. So what I'm trying to say is that for this particular deck, I'm not letting this paper quality go. I'm not letting this printing go. I'm not letting all of these things that are not allowing me to see these drawings really for what they are, because I am being completely bothered and disturbed by these other things in the card, such as paper and everything else that I just mentioned. So, and it's a shame, because I really like the drawings, and I wish they would have made a bigger card, and I wish they would have done a borderless thing, and I wish they would have picked a different paper stock, but none of those things are there. And they this is the Eight of Pentacles, the zombie. So what do you do in a case like this? You think what you're going... I'm going to think what I'm going to do with this deck. This is the Ten of Pentacles. Am I going to keep this deck, or am I going to let him go? Am I going to try to connect this deck, or I'm just going to like put it away? I don't know what's going to happen with this deck, but I'm not connecting with it. I haven't been able to connect with it in the last 2 days, and I'm definitely not connecting with it right now. So it's just one of those things. Wow, this is the King of Pentacles, and I never thought that I would see a King of Pentacles looking like this. So it's very creative, but I don't know about this. Ace of Cups is the giant whale. That looks pretty cool. The Two of Cups, look at that. It's a pink unicorn. The Three of Cups is the witch. So she's working there on her poisons. Four of Cups, that's pretty cool. Four of Cups. Did you see that? That's pretty cool. It's like a total monster there. The Five of Cups is the mermaid. There she is. The Six of Cups, it's like a sexy jungle woman there. The Seven of Cups. I don't know, you guys. This is the Eight of Cups. I don't know if I can relate to this at all. This is the Nine of Cups. This one is the Ten of Cups. I thought the Ten of Cups is supposed to be a soothing card. But then again, you know, tarot is what you want it to be. And so it's to every creator's own. It's interesting. I've never seen anything like it. I have to say that. So for originality, King of Cups, they get an A+. I don't know that I'm going to be able to relate to this deck. I'm going to have to, guys, give you an update in about 2 or 3 months time. How is it going with this deck? And if I forget, because it happens to go on the back of my shelf, somebody remind me, and I will give you an update of what's going on with this deck. And because at this moment we've tried and it's not happening, but that doesn't mean anything. Every single deck I get is going to get a chance to bond with me, and I'm going to also allow it to bond with me. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work, you guys. I will keep you posted. I will let you know what is with this deck. If you have this deck, share your thoughts. Let me know, what do you think about this deck? Do you work it? What do you think about the paper stock quality? What do you think about all of those things that I just mentioned? So I hope this video helped you. If you're thinking about getting this deck, consider all of the things that I've said. If those things maybe are perfect for you, because remember, you guys, just because something doesn't work for me or looks like it might not work for me, it doesn't work that it won't work for you. It totally maybe works for you. Perfect. Because what doesn't work for somebody works for somebody else. And I've always said this, and I live by that one, really. And so, you guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And as I always say, until the next time.